Ulysses S. Grant was a general during the American Civil War that greatly changed the tide of war. It was exactly what the Union or the North needed to get victory. And so let's look at some lessons from the way he handled his business during the Civil War. He always had plans, but he didn't get bogged down in plans. He planned with the other generals and with Abraham Lincoln, but once it was time, the plans were in place. Instead of getting bogged down in his plans, he would move forward with speed and aggression and take great action. He wouldn't hesitate. He wouldn't pause. It's easy to pause and hesitate and question and worry when we have plans that are going to take us out of our comfort zone. He did not let that stop him. He just moved forward. He took action. He learned from his mistakes, adjusted, and then took more action. And from that system, his army was able to make great progress quickly during the war, particularly on the Western Front along the Mississippi River. Along his attacks, at Shiloh. He was caught off guard. His army was caught off guard, and they were attacked by a large Confederate army they were unaware of. They were back on their heels and took quite the whipping in the first day of the battle. After the first day, one of his lower generals came to him and said, "No, this is a disaster." I'm paraphrasing, but this is a disaster. What are we going to do? It's all over, whatever. And this was a terrible day. And he just said, "We'll lick them tomorrow, though." So he's basically saying, "I'm not worried about today. Let's move forward to tomorrow, where we will have success." So he always had a positive mental attitude, and nothing was going to stop him on his steady vision towards conquering the Mississippi River. He was always persistent and focused on the goal and the job at hand, and setbacks along the way were not going to stop him. After terrible fighting in the West and terrible fighting in the East, it would have been easy for him to be bitter and want revenge on the Confederate leadership. But at the Appomattox Courthouse, when Robert E. Lee surrendered, he famously gave Robert E. Lee his sidearm back and pardoned him and let him go. He knew when it was over, it was time to forgive. He was able to forgive himself for his mistakes, forgive the Confederacy for all they had done, and move forward. And so, that we really need to offer forgiveness and move forward. And throughout all, Ulysses S. Grant was known as being a humble man. And as a humble leader, a service leader, not a leader that's looking to build his ego up, that's the type of leadership we need. And that's what made Ulysses S. Grant a great general and a future great president as well.